It's time to save big at Room to Room's New Year's sale. Store-wide markdowns 50 to 70% off, no tax, 48-month special financing. It's a new year at Room to Room Furniture in Tupelo. There's no place like home.
When choosing a dentist for our family, Tupelo Smiles was the answer for us. They greet us with warm smiles right when we walk in the door, and they make us feel so welcome. We love Tupelo Smiles.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Well, good evening and happy Sunday to all. Welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I'm so excited you could join us this evening as we are enjoying a 3-day weekend and getting ready for MLK Day tomorrow. So I'm going to have everything you need to know as we wrap up our Sunday, get ready for our Monday tomorrow, and enjoy a 4-day work week later on this week. So let's get right into the broadcast. We have a beautiful MLK Day in store. We're still staying dry. We are staying sunny. Only downside is we're staying chilly, but hey, it's officially winter, so I know all of us are enjoying some cooler weather here in Starkville. We're not talking about that summer heat, so definitely some good news on the horizon, but we're also going to be talking about the latest on those rain chances. We saw that 7-day forecast yesterday, talk about that maybe storm potential Saturday and those rain chances Wednesday, Thursday, now even into Friday. So I'm going to give you the latest on those as we get closer towards the end of the broadcast. But speaking of Saturday, someone put some spoons under their pillow. Now, I know some of y'all don't know what housewives' tale, I think is what it's called, that I'm talking about. I thought it was more common than I originally thought, but I've always heard if you put a spoon under your pillow when you're trying to get some snow, it gives you some good luck. And latest model runs are showing a lot of people in North Mississippi are trying their hardest to do a snow dance or put some spoons under their pillow. So I'm going to be covering the latest on that and whether or not it's going to happen, where our confidence is with it, but kind of giving you the latest, especially before we get into the work week. And that is everywhere on social media. Definitely want to make sure y'all are up to date with that. But let's focus on the first 12 for now. Not expecting any of snow or winter weather right now. It is 30 degrees by 7 o'clock. We're definitely below freezing, but not enough moisture in our atmosphere. By 10 o'clock, we're talking about the upper 20s later on tonight at our broadcast. And then we're going to continue cooling off, seeing low 20s yet again around 7 o'clock, waking up towards temperatures around 23 degrees. So for those that don't want to start their Monday early tomorrow while you have it off, you're good. You're just going to miss some cooler temperatures. You can sleep in and wake up a little bit later when we're probably in the low 30s as compared to low 20s. But right now out here in Oxford, beautiful sunset as that glow continues to decrease further and further. 32 degrees, feels like 29, so most of us are going to feel a lot cooler than what those temperatures are reading outdoors. That's been the continuous trend today, but going to stay continuous into tomorrow as well. So make sure you have those layers on all day long. No reason to shed them. Will not get pretty warm. Same thing out here in Fulton, 34 degrees, feels like 31, just a very dry atmosphere, especially with that dew point around 14 degrees, showing some people still moving on out of the area, enjoying their time outdoors for this Sunday, heading home. So beautiful conditions out there in Fulton as that sun continues to set. We're going to take another live look out here, which in Caledonia, there we go, 35 degrees, feels like 35, and there we go, no wind impacting that. So finally an area that actually feels like their temperatures outdoors, but most of us are going to feel pretty cooler than what it is reading as we continue into the evening ahead. But take a look at Mississippi Live Weather Radar, sponsored by Mama Justice. We are not tracking anything across North Mississippi. We are staying dry and are going to continue to stay that way all night into MLK Day and into the next few days. Those rain chances, they'll start back up Wednesday and try to stay pretty consistent throughout the back half of the work week and into next weekend. We'll be tracking the latest on that as well. But let's take a look at surface analysis to kind of show what's going on around the country and especially down here in the southeast. Right now, that's a whole lot of nothing. We see this cold front kind of starting to move and mark its way into North Mississippi, but notice, not really bringing any moisture with it. This isn't going to be a cold front that brings storms or even rain in general. This is just to keep us cool and keep that northerly wind affecting us here in North Mississippi, which is why those wind chill values are going to still affect us as we go about our Monday as well. So just kind of keeping us cool as we go about these overnight hours. So let's kind of watch this move on through North Mississippi. No reason to add any pause points because it's not doing anything to us. Just kind of bringing that cooler weather here and letting it stick around in North Mississippi, not even tracking cloud cover until tomorrow morning. We're going to start to see that build in throughout the day. We're still going to see mostly sunny skies, those thin wispy clouds starting to move in, but that will eventually transition to partly cloudy conditions tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours, but still a beautiful day on the horizon as we wrap up our 3-day weekend. Next 24 showing exactly that. 24 degrees by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, working our way up towards right around freezing, 32 by 9, seeing low 40s by lunchtime and pretty much sticking around there. 41 degrees by 3 o'clock, cooling off, seeing mid 30s by 6. Those partly cloudy conditions starting to make their way back in. Upper 20s, probably mid 20s by the time we make it towards that 10 o'clock broadcast tomorrow night. But like I keep mentioning, I'm going to give you the very latest on those rain chances throughout the rest of the work week. But let's focus on MLK Day and what we can expect as we celebrate this 3-day weekend. All that's going to continue as Mississippi Live Weather at 6 continues after this.
Frozen pipes can cause serious damage. That's why Absolute Restoration is giving away free faucet covers to our community while supplies last. Installing them is easy. Just slide the foam sleeve over your outdoor faucet and secure it snugly. Also remember to disconnect hoses, open cabinet doors under sinks, and let faucets drip during extreme cold. Call or text to check availability, and from our family to yours, please stay warm and protected.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us for Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Let's take some more live looks across North Mississippi as that sun continues to set. Perfect blend of colors as it continues to go further and further below the horizon. 34 degrees out there in Mabin, feels like 34 as well. You can tell exactly why that is. Not much wind affecting y'all out there. So beautiful conditions as you wrap up y'all's evening and get ready for any overnight plans y'all have. Same thing out here in Tupelo, 32 degrees. Feels like 27, so already feeling like we're in the upper 20s. We want to make sure you have those layers on as you walk out of the door later on tonight for any outdoor events, but good news is you are staying dry. Going to be a beautiful evening. So let's check that out right here on the evening planner. We're staying dry and clear all night long. 30 degrees by 8 o'clock, cooling off towards upper 20s by 11. Still kind of sticking around there before we eventually see those low 20s creep back into the forecast by the time we are waking up tomorrow morning. Speaking of those temperatures right now all across North Mississippi, most of us are right around that freezing level. 32 out here in Tupelo, Boonville, and Corinth, 31 Holly Springs, Senatobia, Southaven, 34 Cleveland, 34 Greenville, 35 in Belzona. I think the warmest we can see is right below me out here, 37 in Macon and Aliceville, but definitely a chilly night in store for us. It's going to continue to get even chillier the further into the overnight hours we get. So let's go to Futurecast to kind of track out what we're expecting for the rest of our Sunday. This is at 6:30 p.m. We can already start to see that cold front start to get a little bit closer towards North Mississippi. It's going to continue moving on in, and we're going to pause it right around 10 o'clock just to show you what we're going to be talking about later on tonight during that broadcast. Still, not a lot happening. That cold front not bringing in any moisture, any rain, any storm potential. It's just allowing us to continue to stay pretty chilly as we go into the overnight hours and keep that cold weather with us the next few days. That northerly wind still affecting us and bringing in some cloud cover, but notice very thin, very wispy. You got to squint to see that right here on Futurecast. I'm going to show that it's still going to be a mostly sunny day tomorrow before that cloud cover eventually starts to build back in. But those low temperatures, by the time we are waking up tomorrow, it will be a chilly one. Definitely below average. We should be around 33 degrees for this time of year, but we're almost 10 degrees below that. 23 out there in New Albany, Holly Springs, Oxford, and Senatobia. 26 in Clarksdale, 27 in Cleveland, 28 out there in Greenville. So definitely going to be a chilly start to the day. Pretty much going to stay that way all day long, so keep those layers handy. We're going to enjoy another day off from school and work as we enjoy this 3-day weekend. But Futurecast still going to show those dry and clear conditions for your Monday. This is at 6 o'clock in the morning if you choose to wake up that early. But as we continue tracking out the rest of your day, that cloud cover going to start to move on in, build on up just a little bit. Still expecting these to not be very thick and prominent, still very thin and wispy moving on in even by lunchtime, but starting to see that return back into the forecast. Now we'll start to build up a little bit more and more as we continue into those afternoon and evening hours, starting to see that blanket try to cover us a little bit, see those partly cloudy skies. We see an eventual high pressure making its way towards North Mississippi, allowing us to stay dry and pretty chilly as we continue into the work week ahead. But those high temperatures tomorrow, slightly warmer than what we were today, pretty much mid to low 40s across North Mississippi, 47 in Aliceville, Macon, Columbus, Starkville, Louisville, and Eupora, 42 in New Albany, 37 South Haven, and 39 out there in Clarksdale. But the main story, not really seeing those high temperatures and how chilly they already are, but those feels like values. Going to feel a lot cooler to most of us as we continue throughout our day tomorrow. So those layers, like I keep mentioning, they are definitely going to want to be on all day tomorrow. They're going to stay on. No reason to shed them by the time we make it to the afternoon hours. But hey, if you like those chilly temperatures, with it being a no school day, most of us being off of work, go outdoors, enjoy some hiking, any outdoor events you have going on. It will be a beautiful forecast. If you want to start off in the morning and be done around lunchtime, 23 degrees by the time you start hiking, low 40s by 12 o'clock and into those afternoon hours before we start cooling off and seeing low 30s return back into the forecast tomorrow evening around 7 o'clock. But coming back to Futurecast, we can already see that cloud cover, not as prominent with this model, so still showing that cloud cover, taking a while to get back into our forecast. Those mostly clear sunny skies in store for us for our Monday, but still working its way back into our atmosphere, that high pressure system wanting to be the focus point for this broadcast right now. Not really pausing anything as we went through that Monday overnight period because we are still staying dry and chilly. But by the time we wake up Tuesday morning, that high pressure system, as you can't tell, very prominent above our heads, allowing us to enjoy clear skies for our Tuesday. Not going to see many clouds. As we continue even into lunchtime, into those afternoon hours, this is in play right now, just showing, not expecting a lot, but that wind direction started to shift just a little bit. It's not coming out of the south anymore, thanks to that high pressure moving on through that clockwise motion, bringing it out of the south, trying to bring some moisture back into our atmosphere. That's going to allow us to feel a little bit warmer and closer to those actual temperatures outdoors. So let's take a look at that right here. Those high temperatures still around the mid 40s for your Tuesday, especially all across North Mississippi. 46 in Houston, Bruce, Water Valley, 44 Holly Springs, 43 South Haven, 42 out there in Corinth. But here we go. Let's take a look at those feels like values. Doing a lot better matching up with those temperatures. That's due to that wind coming out of the south, bringing in some moisture, allowing us to feel pretty good as we continue and officially start our work week Tuesday. So definitely some more mild and closer to average conditions in store. Just got to get through MLK Day first and then into the work week before we can enjoy those warmer conditions. So let's take a look at the 7-day forecast because there's a lot to talk about, especially as we get ready for the work week and something we're going to be tracking out pretty much all work week long. Let's take a look at our Monday. Those mostly sunny skies, high of 43, going up just a little bit, mid 40s with those sunny skies Tuesday. But then Wednesday and on, we're going to be talking about rain chances, trying to stay pretty consistent into the forecast. 20% for your Wednesday, low 50s for your highs, pretty much sticking around there for the rest of the work week. Now Wednesday, only at 20% because it's moving into the evening hours, overnight into your Thursday. So more prominent late Wednesday into your Thursday. That's why there's that 30% there. Sticking around just a little bit with some lingering moisture for your Friday, but Saturday, this is going to be the big day that we're going to talk about. And this is what we're about to talk about after the break. Last night, we were talking about maybe some storm potential. I checked the models today. It's still showing a lot of rain, but trying to give us a lot of winter weather as well. So this is going to be something that's going to blow up all across social media with people saying snow is expected in the southeast. You get feet of snow, inches of snow. So I kind of want to show you what the models are showing and compare them to what we saw yesterday, especially when we got into work, just to show you how much it can change, what we're expecting, that confidence level. All that's going to be coming up after this break. I'll see y'all there.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Welcome back to Mississippi Live, Weather at 6. I was catching up on the chat real quick before we start. Saw someone, I think Preston in the chat, saying there's great representation. You're going into broadcast meteorology. I will tell you right now, it is an awesome field. I've loved every second of it, and I go to Mississippi State. So that's where I'm learning everything. I'm wrapping up my senior year, so hope you have the best of luck with your endeavors. Wish you the very best of luck as you go throughout college as well. It will be a fun time, and you're going to learn a lot with it. It's a great field. And then also we had, I believe, Sandra in the chat asking, will Ripley, Mississippi get any snow? Well, this is exactly what we're going to talk about as we take a look at this latest model run. This is the model run that came out this afternoon around 18C, so around 12 o'clock today. You can see that rainfall that we were talking about for your Friday. I believe I marked it as 20%, just some isolated showers moving on through. This is the morning hours. Let's track this on out as we continue into those eventually evening hours. We're going to start to see that wintry mix start to make its way towards North Mississippi. Definitely more prominent up north, as we are all used to, with it being a lot cooler up north. Those snow chances always having to struggle to make their way down into the south, but still seeing those rain chances affect us here in North Mississippi. But let's watch that wintry mix continue to push on through. Almost half of North Mississippi by Saturday starting to see some of that mix. And it's kind of showing who's going to see more rainfall, who's going to start to see some flurries, even some snow further up. This is at Saturday around midnight going into those early morning hours. But take a look at that. Almost all of North Mississippi starting to show just complete wintry mix, even snow by lunchtime around 12:30. Now, do we believe this is going to happen? Not exactly. Models are struggling just to predict snowfall in general, especially with this being the certain model that over projects and predicts for snowfall, but it was curious to see that the Euro model was also agreeing. So showing that there is some confidence trying to build up with this, and there's more confidence as compared to the past. But I also wanted to kind of pull this up just to show you what I looked at yesterday as compared to what I walked into today. So we'll kind of watch me shift this just a little bit. Let's go back to what I was just talking about at 12:30 for your Saturday. So this is the latest model run to come out. But when I came into work to forecast for you guys yesterday, this is what I was looking at. So just showing in less than a 24-hour period, we're going from almost maybe a little less than half of our area receiving just rainfall to then walking in today and all of our area receiving wintry mix or snow, just showing the confidence isn't quite there yet, but everybody on social media, they're going to take a screenshot of this. They're going to send it everywhere saying, we're getting snow, we're getting some wintry mix, we're getting some sleet. It's a possibility, but still, this is 6 days out here in North Mississippi, and we already saw how those models changed within the past less than 24 hours, but wanted to kind of show y'all what's going on. I know somebody is definitely putting some spoons under their pillow. I am rooting with you guys because I would love to see it, but just kind of showing, especially if we kind of zoom this out just a little bit, I mean, almost all of the Southeast. We're talking about snow going all the way into Texas as well. So very dramatic with this model, not really agreeing with it completely, but just showing that that confidence is trying to get up there. But Saturday is definitely going to be the day that we continue to track out as we go into the eventual work week. But for right now, we're enjoying dry weather here in North Mississippi. Going to continue to do so. But I want to also play this out. This was 12:30 around lunchtime for your Saturday. We're going to watch this continue to move on out. Almost all of our areas just seeing some snowfall with this current model run. This could change. We're going to have our morning meteorologist, Maggie McCauley, and there's a good chance she could wake up tomorrow morning, see the latest model runs, and this could go all the way back to just some rain. So just showing those confidence intervals or levels not quite there right now, especially with it being further out, but I am very interested to see these models continue to line up. But that snow kind of moving on out of North Mississippi, starting to see those drier and clearer conditions by Sunday morning. So definitely interesting to see that both the GFS and Euro model are starting to agree on some snowfall. Just a question on if it can continue that way throughout Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then finally into Saturday. So still got a ways to go, but wanted to give you all the very latest because we're going to see that all across social media, and I will be keeping my fingers crossed with y'all, putting some spoons under the pillow because I would love to see some snowfall here in North Mississippi. But of course, here's the QR code if you want to continue to stay updated with us, as we're going to continue watching that all week long, give you the very latest on whether it's going to be some rain, maybe some thunderstorms, some snow, some sleet, freezing rain, all very important for us to know here. So scan that QR code, share it with anybody you want to know about this app and what we do here. Want to make sure to continue to talk about y'all and give y'all the very latest with everything weather-wise going on across North Mississippi. And of course, we'll be live later on tonight at 10 to give you the very latest as another model run will come out. So this was the one that came out around 12 o'clock. We'll have one come out this evening, and I'd be curious to see if those snow levels continue to stick around or if we're already going to see another flip. So want to make sure to keep y'all updated. I'm excited to come back and give y'all the very latest at 10, but it seems like all of y'all are enjoying y'all Sunday. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's evening. I'll see y'all back here in the Room to Room Weather Center tonight at 10.
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.